with Danny from Gro-Rite. Now, we're talking here of a tent. Is that what you call them?
Yeah, grow tent.
A grow tent, reflective material. What sizes do they come in? Because obviously, you know, you could pop one of those in your corner of your garage as an example, couldn't you, to grow stuff?
Yeah, this is probably the most popular size. This would be 1.2 by 1.2 and then 2 meters high. But they do come smaller, they come bigger. Normally in the increments of 1.2, so it'll be 1.2 by 2.4, 1.2 by 1.2, and then the same with the meters. You know, there'll be a meter by a meter, 2 meters by 2 meters. They just go up and up and up and up.
Now, if you say you've got this, is there a specific light size that you'll need for each different size tent, or does it depend on what you're growing? I mean, if I know you grew some strawberries, didn't you, at home?
Yeah, strawberries.
Because your little one likes strawberries. Yeah,
yeah.
But I mean, does the light depend on what you're growing? I mean, if you're growing strawberries, I know you've grown leeks in here. We've got peppers in there at the moment. You could grow absolutely anything in there, can't you? Yeah.
Yeah, but you have got, like you say, you need a certain amount of room for a certain light. It's no good sticking like a 1,000-watt light in there, in that little area.
It'll dry it up, wouldn't it?
It'll fry your plants. It'll just be, it'll just ruin them.
So do you need extra heat as well? Because although, you know, if I put my hand under there, I can feel a bit of heat because it's an LED, isn't it? But it's not giving out as much heat as if I go back in my time. I can remember grow lights with the big bulbs that they used to use they used to use them in glass houses, but they gave off a lot of heat, didn't they? These give off very little. So do you have to compensate that by adding heat if you're growing?
Yeah, so if you're in especially if you're in a garage with these, the idea would be put a little heater in there, so when the light goes off, the radiator comes on. Yeah, so it would keep a little bit of warmth in there. But yeah, like you say, they don't give off a lot of heat. There's no real. You could go in and pick it up. Do you know what I mean? By the actual blade, by the actual bulb. Whereas with them other ones, you touch them when they're
red hot.
Oh yeah.
Now we see commercial growers growing roses, chrysanthemums, poinsettias for Christmas, and they're all using the same principle as this, aren't they?
Yeah, everyone's doing it now. The good thing is with this, where it's not giving off no heat, you can stack the tents on top. You know, so say if you had like a shelving like that, you could have an LED under there with a plant, and the plant on top with an LED under there. So you could have, rather than having like a field where you'd have to go outwards, you could just go upwards. Yeah, you're not getting all the heat going through there. Like it's a much better.
I see what you mean, because that's how they're growing. I mean, they're now growing a lot of veg plant, aren't they? Lettuce and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
they're growing them underground with all LEDs, all stacked on shelves, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's really quite an interesting venture to think that, okay, you're doing it for the domestic market, but really it's being mimicked by everybody, because we haven't got a lot of space in this country, and we can grow vegetables stacked up rather than
and we've got more control. Like when the weather's like that outside, it doesn't matter. You've got your tent, you've got your own controlled environment in there. Do you know what I mean? You're controlling the heat, you're controlling the light, so it doesn't matter what it's doing outside. We're still going to get the same yield, the same fruits repeatedly. Do you know what I mean? That's the plan, isn't it? That's what you're aiming for.
So if you were growing strawberries at home, as an example, that means you could produce strawberries right through, say, Christmas into the new year, couldn't you?
Yep.
Any time of the year?
Any time of the year.
So it sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's very good, Ken.
No, thanks, Danny, because, you know, it's an interesting thought that you can actually... You don't even have to have a veg plot in your garden. You could have that in the garage.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even for little things like chilies, we've got even them sorts of things that go on your windowsill. It's got its own little light in there, a little bit of water in the bottom with a wick, and it just feeds itself. So you can have that on the windowsill.
That's better than going to your supermarket and buying one that dies, because they always die. So that's good.
Yeah, they are very good.
Little propagate, and you could use that for propagating all sorts of things.
Well, there's no cover on it, so...
Oh, no, there's no cover.
But, yeah, you could grow little herbs and things in there and just pick it off as you need it, throw it in your pot.
So that's the smallest, and then you can get bigger.
And yeah, as big as you like, really.
Thanks very much indeed, Danny.
You're welcome, Ken. Thanks for coming down.
Help us grow our YouTube channel. Just hit subscribe.